Hey lovelies, so today I've woken up with a sense of dread, so I'm just going to show you how I'm going to sit with it. So first I'm in a comfortable position and I'm going to take some slow deep breaths first, just to regulate my nervous system. And start to shift into that mindful and curious place where I'm noticing what's happening in my experience. So noticing what I can feel, what I can sense, touch, taste, smell. I'm using all the five senses here. And now I'm looking for a safe place within my experience, and I'm really noticing how supportive I feel on this couch. So I'm really just going to sink into that support. I can feel that across my back. It feels like my back is fully supported. I can also feel the weight of my arms. That's really grounding me. It's helping me to feel safe. So I'm going to sink more into that feeling in my arms and my back. And then I just felt a shift in my state of well-being where I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel comforted, I feel supported. So I'm ready to look at and sit with this dread. So this dread I can feel in my jaw, in my tongue, I can feel it in my throat, kind of goes down into my chest, it sits in my belly. And if I could describe this feeling, it feels like gloopy in my throat, like I can't really, like it's there's something in the way, it's like a lump. And that's one part that's calling my attention. I also have pain in my jaw. And now I can start to feel just some slight buzzing in the tops of my legs. And there's like a knot deep in my heart space. So I'm just going to, there's a bit of a whirring in my stomach. So I'm now just going to, I've also got a slight headache here. So now I'm just going to I'm going to use my intuition here to see which part of my body is calling my attention the most. And it's very clear that it's this lump in my throat. So now I'm going to see where this lump ends. I'm going to find the shape of it. So it stops here. It goes up to about here. But it also connects to this pain in my jaw and this slight ache in my head. I can't feel the lump here. The lump is here. And if it had a colour, it would be grey, and I'm seeing an image of this lump. So I'm going to look at the picture of that lump in my mind's eye. And it looks messy. It looks all tied up in a big ball, and it reminds me of a nightmare I used to have when I was a kid, where I was at the shopping centre, but I was stuck in this big, giant ball of wool, and I could never get out. So if that experience of that nightmare was to say something about me or my life, it would be that I was trapped and stuck. So I'm going to pull these words up and put them onto an imaginary screen in front of me. So the words are trapped and stuck. And the word stuck is really calling my attention the most. And it looks stuck. That word looks stuck on this screen. Kind of looks like those kind of frog toys that you'd throw on the wall and then it would just kind of slowly peel off the wall. So I'm looking at this word stuck, but it's just, even me by looking at it, it's starting to, I actually can't see it anymore. But I can see this picture of the nightmare, so I'm just going to frame this picture so I can see it and really look at the detail of this picture that I can see. I can see what's in the background of the shopping centre. I can actually feel how it feels to be in the fibres of this big knot. I can feel it on my arms. But it's helpful for me to put space between me and the picture. So I'm putting my eyes on the space between me and the picture now. And I'm actually going to frame this picture so I can find the space above the frame. I can see there's space there where there is no picture. And then I'm going to bring my attention back to this big giant ball of wool in the picture. Just let it be there and then find the space to over here to the left. Yep, there's space over here. There's no picture over here. I'll bring my attention back to the picture and the space over here. And I'm going to now be kind to this picture and say thank you for being here. But there's a resistance there. It's like, I don't want this picture to be here. I want it to go away. So there's a part of me that needs to be heard. So I'm going to put the word go away, the words go away up onto the screen so I can see them. And I can see them. And it has, those words come with my voice as a kid. Go away. And it's bringing up another memory for me where I felt like life was unfair. So I'm going to put those words up. Life is unfair. And I can feel that in my body. I can feel the response in my body as I put those words up there. And I'm going to bring my attention down to my body now because I can't see those words. I can vaguely see the picture of the nightmare, but it is fading. So I'm just going to come down to my body and check in. I can feel buzzing in my arms, legs, jaw, and I'm going to say to this buzzing, thank you for being here. You're welcome to stay as long as you like. I see you. I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. And this buzzing actually feels supportive. It feels like there's a part of me that's come back online. There's a feeling that I am being heard and seen by myself and loved and appreciated. And I can amplify that by soothing this part in my chest that feels heavy and deep. I'm just bringing some light language in naturally to support this part. I can still feel buzzing in my arms, so I'm just going to stroke my arms just as a way to support myself and love myself practically. And squeeze and help myself, remind myself that I'm here and that I love myself and I'm here with myself and that I'm loved. Now I'm going to check back into the lump in my throat. It feels like there's a layer that's been shaved off, which is good. And I can feel that there's more, there's something deeper in my chest. So I'm just going to go down into my chest now. And what's rising is this deep heaviness in my chest is wanting to rise as love, so I can experience myself as love. So I'm just welcoming and allowing that energy to rise through my body, and it feels like it's waking up, so it feels safe for my heart to come online and to be experienced and to be witnessed and to be free and to be present and to be enjoyed and to be. So I'm just going to sit with this feeling of having my heart come online. I can feel slight pressure in my cheeks that feels wonderful. And I can feel pressure in my legs. It's like there's this presence of love. Like I'm being moved to experience this love inside of me. I can feel it in my arms, my head. So I'm just going to open up my whole body so this experience can spread through my whole body. And I can say to it, thank you for arising. You're welcome to be here. I love you. You can have my whole body. I feel you. It feels like my heart has been cracked open slightly. So this love can permeate through under my skin. And my job now is just to rest in that and enjoy it. And as I come back to the lump in my throat, I can still feel it. So I'm just going to ask this feeling, what does it need? And the answer is it needs more of that. It needs more love from the heart. So I'm just going to use some energy healing here to transfer the energy from my heart into my throat, into the lump in my throat. And it's interesting because this lump is like the lump that was in that big giant wool in my nightmare. So it's an opportunity to come back to the part of me that felt stuck and trapped at that time. I'm just naturally doing some energy clearing here. There's still a part here in my throat that wants my attention. So if it had a message for me, what would that be? And the two answers I got were, you are loved and you are love. And I can feel how it feels to receive that insight, that message. And I'm holding a sense of gratitude for that. And the lump in my throat definitely feels like more broken up and less overwhelming. And yeah, that lump in my throat I've had for a good few months, couple of months at least. So I feel more open in my throat, which is wonderful. And I can't feel any dread anywhere. I just feel alive and alive, excited. Well, thank you for joining me.